Oh, hello, friend. Happy Friday. I hope you are enjoying your day under the circumstances. I know a lot of people are experiencing anxiety, discomfort, fear, getting antsy about this quarantine and this crisis we all going through together. So I'm showing up here for you today, maybe to offer you a little bit of joy, positivity, meaning in your days. So thank you for your energy, for your time, for spending a little bit of time with me. And there are days that I have hard time finding inspiration. And because I like to feel inspired every day, if I don't wake up feeling inspired, I I get out and I seek for inspiration. And a lot of things that inspire me are my books. My partner asked me yesterday what would happen. She was having a hard day, and she said, "Well, how would you feel if you didn't have a place to go? Like I have my office. If you didn't have a place to go, if you didn't have internet, you didn't have Netflix, you didn't have YouTube or any of that, what would you do?" And I told her I would have my books. Um, Being in my office is a place that immediately inspires me because I love my books. Amazon still delivers books, so I'm pretty happy. I find a lot of joy in getting books. But when I'm in a place that I feel a little flat, I sit with that first, and of course I get in touch with my emotions, and then I will go seek. I go find the inspiration, and I find inspiration in my books. And one of the books that is really calling me back right now, and I think is such an important book for these times that we're living now, is a classic book that if you don't have in your library, if you like biographies, if you like personal growth, this is a must read. Men's Search for Meaning. I think it's one of the most important books ever written. And it's such an important book that if you read any self-help book from Brené Brown to Tony Robbins, if you read anything on the personal development industry, any book, you have seen or you will see the name of Viktor Frankel in there. And that's because he created a concept that, to me, is a philosophy that I live by, I embody, and I teach all my clients, which is the philosophy that we all, no matter what circumstances we are living, that we all always have the freedom to choose our response. So he is the one that really created this concept that in between stimulus and response, there's a gap, and that's a freedom of choice. And I'll read a little thing here, that he says in this spiritual freedom, which cannot be taken away, what makes life meaningful and purpose. I can't say this word, purposeful. Forgive my English. But he is the one that also helped us to find meaning in suffering. And if we don't find meaning in suffering, in other words, when we're going through difficult times, and I know we're all experiencing these times right now in different ways. I'm having a lot of moments of joy and bliss right now because I'm closer to my purpose. I'm helping a lot of people. I'm blessed that I have an office that I can come by myself and not put anybody's life in risk. So I feel blessed in times like right now. And I feel blessed that I have knowledge and I know how to navigate through challenges. I guess he helped me to move from Brazil years ago without speaking any English and having very little money in my pocket. So I guess, yeah, I know how to have fun in times like this. But anyway, I want to share with you this concept that, for some of you that might be experiencing difficult times right now, like pain or suffering, find the meaning. Because he defined that if you don't find meaning through your suffering, it becomes despair. And despair, in my opinion, it's a dark place, and it's also a dangerous place. It's a place that a lot of people can fall into depression. It's a place a lot of people can feel totally helpless. And the combination of despair and helplessness, it's dangerous. That's what leads people to make very poor choices, from using drugs, alcohol, to even suicide. So what I'm inviting here is that no matter what intensity of suffering you're going through right now, is that you use Viktor Frankl's concept. He's a psychiatrist, so he's a doctor, so he knew what he was talking about. But try to embody his definition that when you find meaning in your suffering, you do okay. You get to the other side. You get to the other side feeling more resilient, feeling stronger. And in a weird way, when this passes, maybe a year from today or 5 years from today, you will find gratitude towards what's going on right now. Because again, when you find meaning in your pain, in your suffering, you grow, you learn, you transform. You're gonna live a new normal, because you're gonna be a different person. You're not gonna care. You're not gonna be living the old normal anymore. So it's a great time to read this book. If you haven't read this book, get on Amazon right now, or go to the local bookstore. Even better if they're doing curb pickup, call and do a curb pickup and pick a copy of this book. Even though might have parts of some heavy reading, because he's describing his time in prison during the Holocaust. And so it might be some heavy reading, but he doesn't keep you there. He's always going to bring the meaning and bring you up again. So it's a fantastic book. And if you don't want to read right now, just pick through the pages and put it in your library and maybe read later. But it's a great book to pick up. And if you want something lighter, I really love Emotional Equations by Chip Conley. So again, I'm sharing some inspiration here. This is why I find my inspiration when I don't feel inspired. That's why I'm talking about books. And he has a chapter here that he talks about despair, that despair equals suffering minus the meaning. So he is taking the whole concept of Viktor Frankl and putting in a chapter here that suffering equals also pain multiplied with resistance. So I want to talk about this too. A lot of people are in tremendous pain right now. And I'm not speaking right now about the people who maybe lost loving ones from this COVID-19. People who know somebody who might be in bad condition in the hospital. I'm not talking about those people who are truly sick right now. I'm talking about people who are suffering just because the narrative that's going in their heads, they're not finding meaning. They're in a deep place of fear. And he talks here about how resistance is what creates stress. And it's true. That's why you hear me speaking many times. And in the present moment, there's no stress. But the moment we resist the reality, in other words, that we don't want to accept this reality and we keep obsessing about things should be different. Things should be different. I should be in a different place. The moment you resist your present moment, your reality, you will create pain for yourself. And I'm not speaking about acceptance in a sense that I'm going to accept and do nothing. That's not the acceptance. I'm talking the acceptance of where you are right now, where you feel like in a place of fear, you accept that. This reality is happening. We accept the facts that are happening. But then you want, go back to Viktor Frankl concept of finding meaning. And then I'm going to add another concept here, which is of be careful what you're choosing to focus on. That again comes the power of choice. And you have a tremendous power of choosing where you're directing your attention right now. If you're directing your attention on how horrible things might be, that this is doomsday and we're never going to go back to normal, and you are attached to what used to be, you attached to what your life used to be, you're going to create suffering. So bring acceptance in a sense like this is a new normal, and the invitation is, what is the new normal you want to create for yourself? What do you want to create for yourself? So Stop resisting. Number one, accept what's happening. Stop resisting yourself. Stop resisting your emotions. Sit with it. There's so much opportunity here for us to learn, to grow. Like I had a conversation with a friend today, and I know this is turning into a big video, so you can stop me anytime, but I had a great conversation with one of my best friends today who was journaling about what are the things that are manifesting her life right now that she actually wanted to be manifested. Like she wanted to spend more time with her kid in his home, and they having this sweet time together. She wanted to spend more time with her husband in his home every day, all day long. So they having this sweet time together. She wanted to express her creativity more through painting. So she's painting way more. So she was getting in touch with all the things that in silence, she was wishing it was happening, and it's being manifested right now. So maybe that's a great invitation for you. Like what has been before this crisis begun? What were you wishing, asking in your silence, quietly, you're asking for? And if you stop to pay attention, look around right now, maybe it's happening right now. I know for me, I wanted to have a group where I could like help and support and coach every day. So I have this beautiful group that we go on at noon every day, and we talk, we laugh. Today we had some wine together. It was awesome. I was quietly wishing that I did more coaching and less training, and I'm doing way more coaching now and less training, and I'm gonna retire from training completely, in October. I had this wish that I could just do my work from anywhere, and I am. Now I'm doing most from my house and my office, but these times are showing me that I can do my work from anywhere. I was wishing that I had more time to read and meditate. I'm reading more and meditating more. I wish I had more time to do nothing, and I do more nothing now. So check with yourself all the things that you were quietly wishing and is happening now. So I want to leave with that. And I know I share a lot in this video. I basically made a video to share with you all the things that are inspiring me today, and they're different. So I got inspired by Viktor Frankel. I got inspired by Chip Conley and the emotional equations. And I got inspired by a great conversation I had with my friend Deborah about the things that she was wishing, I was wishing in her silence, and they've been manifested now. So what is it for you that you wanted before to happen and now it's happening? Going to appreciation, going to gratitude, because that will move you away from anxiety, from fear, and find meaning in what's happening in your life right now. So you not suffering, you are growing, you are transforming, and you find the bliss and the joy even in the circumstances right now. Okay. And again, my heart goes to people who are sick, or they might lose somebody from this illness. And you know that most of the time when I speak these messages, I'm speaking to my audience, the people who are not sick. And in my language would be completely different if I was speaking to somebody right now who has the virus, or somebody in their family has the virus. So I hope you know who I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to my audience, to you, who I hope is healthy and you're thriving. And if you're not thriving, that this video will inspire you to thrive a little more, no matter what's happening outside, no matter what's happening, in our country, and all the things that we cannot control. So control what you can, find the certainty in the places that you have the certainty, and thrive. Okay. So I'll share more this coming weekend, or anytime I feel this inspiration again. And if you have any question about how to thrive in this stress, reach out. And okay, I'm going to let you go, because now I'm just talking because I love connect with you. So I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.